Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? What is going on? So, I'm gonna wait for y'all to get up in here, give y'all a few seconds. I don't have my ring light on, so I'm sorry if I look like not really lit up, okay? I just don't feel like sitting in front of a light. But I want to talk to y'all about Alexis and Justin, okay? So apparently Alexis and Justin have tried to have sex or manifest sex, and Alexis once again is running her mouth, saying too much, doing way too much, and I don't like it. I feel like, girl, you can't even keep your own intimate issues in your between you and freaking Justin. Okay. The thing about Alexis is she talks too much. That's the thing. That's literally just the thing. Okay. She just talks too much. You go up there, you say that you kind of regret saying something about to Morgan about what Ben said and stuff like that. But then again, you sit there and you keep running and running and running your mouth. Girl, shut up. Okay. Every question does not need details. Okay. If a person asks you a question, you can just answer it yes or no. Yes or no. The question was, are you still celibate? Yes. No one asked you to go into details about what happened, how you was manifested it. It ain't no fault of your own. All this craziness. Okay. So I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit because I have some questions and some things I'm just trying to make sense of because I'm trying to figure out what is manifesting sex and what is actually doing it. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself first because I don't want to be all loud.
In the same bed. He still makes me my breakfast every.
Do you sleep in the same bed? Like, how big is the rift?
We do sleep in the same bed. He still makes me my breakfast every morning. I take him on dates all the time. Is he still celibate? So we're still celibate.
Okay.
You sure you
still celibate?
Yeah.
You haven't had sex, but have you tried?
We have tried.
Okay.
We've tried to no success. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh,
yeah. So
I was not expecting that. Wow. Okay.
We tried. Let's say it that way. We tried.
So you've tried.
We've tried.
But it didn't
manifest itself.
Do you sleep in the same bed?
Okay. So, okay, so Alexis, all you had to do was once you said that y'all was still celibate and you're gonna leave it at that, you should have just left it at that. Okay. I don't know why. Who asks, have y'all tried? What does trying mean? That's the question that I have. Like, how do you go into trying to have sex? If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. If you're not, you're not. Okay. If he wants it and you want it, how are we trying? Okay. It's one thing if a guy's trying to get in your drawers, or if you trying to get in his drawers, y'all trying to get in somebody's drawers is different, as opposed to two people who actually want to have, sex. And it comes into we tried. So my question is, what went wrong in the trying process? Okay. I'm thinking maybe he couldn't, get it all together. But then I was thinking to myself, like, that doesn't make that much sense because wasn't they talking about, in previous episodes how, he woke up all, ready to go. He woke up hard as a rock. Remember y'all was talking about that the other day on the live stream after the episode. So how do we go from you being waking up hard as a rock to now you can't even, get it together? And from the whole scene, she basically made it seem like it was no fault of her own, right? So I'm like, first of all, that is something very, very, very intimate between married people that should never be discussed out loud. because you were in a trusting environment. This is the part that gets me. You are in a trusted environment that is intimate. When we start to get entangled with people sexually, there's a different level of trust that goes into this, okay? I am trusting you with my body, and I am trusting you at a very fragile state of mind. Okay. So for her to go out there and take something so fragile to her husband and go and tell the world that they tried and it just didn't manifest itself and it's at no fault of her own is beyond the F out of me. I know that I'm trying to figure out what it is. Is it an emotional disconnect? Because you know he said that he needs to be emotionally connected. Is he emotionally disconnected, and which is why it can't get where it's supposed to be? All the talk about the girls just want to see my meat and da 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 da. Is that just all game? Like, what is really happening between these two? Alexis, first of all, just shut up, okay? Because although these are things that we're going to talk about, they should have never been put out there for us to discuss. Like, I could not imagine my husband going and telling someone, oh, did y'all have sex? Nah, not yet, because uh it don't get wet. Like what? Like what? Like how? So, but then it makes me wonder, because the fact she's laughing at it, like, what was the real issue? Is it him? Is it you? Is he not attracted to you? Is he not emotionally connected to you? What is the real disconnect? Because he obviously was having wet dreams. He obviously was waking up on with, a wood. He obviously was ready to go for it. So now it makes me think, like, how when Nate was saying to himself, like, it sounds very weird that, now that Alexis wanted, Justin doesn't. No, now that Justin wants it, Alexis doesn't. And now I'm thinking to myself is, so like, what's really happening? What's really happening with these two? Plus, Justin knows this marriage is over, so why even bother? I feel like he's definitely starting to realize that it's over, but that's not going to stop the whole sex process. So, my question: do you think that he really has to be emotionally connected in order to have sex, or do you think he was just saying that so that when something doesn't work out or manifest itself the way it's supposed to, the woman will overlook it because now she's emotionally involved? Something about that whole scenario does not sound right to me. He only cried over Ben. He probably cried to Ben, okay? And probably told him, like, we tried to manifest it and it just didn't come to pass. And I'm trying to figure out, how do you manifest it? What was you talking to? Was you talking to it? You think he has a problem. But what would be the problem? That's the question. Is he not attracted to her? Is he not emotionally connected to her? Is this something that happens often? Is it just a one-off? Like, how many times did y'all try it? Girl, if you want to give us the details, go ahead and give us some more details, okay? Did y'all try more than one time? Was the camera crew around? Was it a lot of noise? Wasn't the right music? Was he drunk off the Henny and he had some limp pee? Who knows? Give us some details before you start going out there spreading people business, and then just leave it out and open for everybody to make all these assumptions, okay? Because we do know, is he too excited? Was he too excited to actually get it up to do it? Because sometimes that can happen. It could be he's too excited, and so like it just won't go how get up how it's supposed to. I don't know what it is, but that's a serious issue. And it's something that they need to address instead of just talking about it didn't manifest itself. What didn't manifest itself? Alexis is off-putting. I can't get her vibe. She doesn't like Justin in that way. I agree. But my thing is, it doesn't, she might not like him in that way. But if they tried to actually do it, it has nothing to do with her not liking him. You know what I mean? Because apparently she liked him enough to, try to get into the groove of things with him. Or he was too excited and it turned her off. He was too excited, but she said it wasn't her fault. Have we thought maybe Justin is a virgin? Well, he did tell us that he's not. He told us that he lost his virginity at what, 19 or so, 18 or 19. So according to him, as far as we're concerned, he's not a virgin. And you know how he kept talking about the women always want to see his package. They always want to see if he got something between his legs because of how tall he is and stuff like that. So I just want to know what's the details, because if she would have said, right, Miss Bell, if she would have said, oh, we was drinking and he got so freaking drunk, it just didn't, that would make more sense for us to feel like nothing's ever her fault, that part. He could be lying. He could be lying, but we only could go off of what we know, right? So if we think about this, what would be the reason why it wouldn't get to where it's supposed to go to? Is it, I wonder. She doesn't seem to be bothered by it, which also makes me think that it's not something that concerns her. If that makes sense. So I don't think it would be a medical issue. It could just be, just something like a one-off time. There must be a reason why he was celibate for so long. What reason you think? But what would be the reason? His thing don't work? But remember they say he woke up with it, stiff as a rock. So how does that work? If it works, you know what I mean? If it works, how does that work? I'm like, hey girl. So it makes me feel like, as a woman, if I was with a man and that happened, I would think it was me, right? I'll be like, oh my God, is he not attracted to me? Does he not like the way I look naked? Like, do we need to turn off the lights? Like, what's happening here? Why is he not being able to perform the way he, supposed to? Like, what's going on? I think he's no longer turned on by her. So maybe in the moment he couldn't perform. Possibly. Y'all think it's his attitude. Okay. So I put the link in the chat and we could talk about it for a few minutes for y'all to come up and, give your opinions on the whole situation. I'm going to play the clip for y'all one more time and we'll take it from there.
Do you sleep in the same bed? Like, how big is the rift?
We do sleep in the so we're still celibate.
Okay.
You sure
you still celibate?
Yeah.
You haven't had sex, but have you tried?
We have tried.
Okay.
We've tried to no success. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. So I was not expecting that. Wow. Okay.
We tried. Let's say that way.
So you've tried.
We've tried.
But it didn't
manifest itself.
Do you sleep in the same?
Sleep in the same bed. He still makes me my breakfast every morning.
Something seems off. We sleep in the same bed. He still makes my breakfast in the morning. I don't think it's medical. I don't think it's medical. Because if it was a medical, he wouldn't have woke up, super duper on. Remember she said he had to get up and run out because he was having a wet dream. And you remember he said he woke up and his thing was hard, unless he lying. But wouldn't she know if he was lying? Like, what's happening? I think he didn't penetrate. Okay, so now that we get to maybe he didn't penetrate. So do you think that maybe they did other things and it just never got down to the actual act of sex? Like the actual intercourse part? Like maybe they did some, some downtown action. She keep beating him down. He lost his It's, but see, this is the thing. I feel like, how did he feel about seeing this? This is what I mean about Alexis going out and talking too much. Okay. The first time she betrayed his trust was when she went back and told Morgan what Ben was telling him. The second time is now she's going on national television discussing the fact that his thing ain't doing what it's supposed to do properly. So now I'm just sitting here trying to figure out, like, what do you mean? You think he can't do fast? But then wouldn't you do it again? Like, once you get the initial out the way, then it's fair game, right? We can go on and on and on and on and on, put the batteries in the back, and now we can get this thing going because you already got that one thing out the way. She didn't say it like he was a 1 minute man or a quick pumper. She made it seem as if, like, it was a real, like, something like it just didn't do what it was supposed to do. Definitely emasculate him. If y'all go back to my review on when I first introduced the couples, when we first got the couples, the first thing I said in between Alexis and Justin, I said she's going to walk all over him. And I was not wrong. She literally is walking all over him. What you mean that's me but not them? What did I say? Alexis is embarrassing Justin on national television. How embarrassing. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him too. She should not be discussing this situation, period. That's my point. All she had to do was say, we still celibate. Period. And that's it. Why go into all this? It didn't manifest itself. We tried. When Keisha would have asked, did you at least try? All she would, I don't even know. What kind of question is that? Did you try? Did he try? And she shut it down? She'd be doing too much for me. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Because like that's something very intimate. Once you bring people into your bedroom on such a real like sticky topic, especially something that will make you feel. And Justin cannot get up here. Justin cannot get up here and lie and act like he don't feel some type of way. And he cannot get up here and keep allowing her to keep saying these things and doing these things. I need to see him really tell her how he feels about her blabbing her mouth. If he is on the after party next week, Keisha needs to ask him, how, so what happened between you and Alexis when she tried to say it? Chloe, you love your husband and you don't speak of him in that way. She's out to destroy him. But that's my thing, right? They still it's to destroy him for me. Y'all think she out to destroy him? Like to destroy him? I think she just don't know how to be quiet. I think she just talks too much. I think she just doesn't realize like when enough is enough. Like when she said enough. I hope if Justin is on, he takes the high road. Okay, so I want to say, I want Keisha to ask him, but I don't, because that's going to be embarrassing. Maybe it's small. So y'all think all that talk that he was talking about ain't no good? Cliff, you feeling a little bit better? I would love to hear a man's, perspective, but I'm not going to force you to talk. Go ahead and get you rest your throat for the next half of the season, so you could come up here and start talking this foolishness. It's still too much information, though. That's my thing. My only thing that bothers me the most about all this is that it's something that she did not need to say, and I feel like she does it all the time. And it's a repeated offense. Just after you sat there and talked about how you feel like maybe you shouldn't have told Morgan what Ben said, or you probably would have did it in a different way. You then went up there and you just spilled about your whole sex life in front of the whole world, all the Married at First Sight Nation to see and to start questioning whether or not your husband can please you or satisfy you in the bedroom. Okay, we haven't even gotten to that conversation yet between the couples when we start to get into intimacy, right? Because remember, every episode we have one of those episodes where we start talking about sex and intimacy. We haven't even gotten there. So, could you guys imagine the things that she probably would say when we get to that episode? Could you guys imagine how embarrassing or how maybe disrespectful to a certain degree she will be when we get to that conversation? Could you imagine how she probably would sit up there and say some things that she probably should not say on national television, even if it is to a counselor? Could y'all just sit there and think about how that episode is going to look? It's going to be devastating for him. It might be low-key entertaining to us, okay? Because it's like, oh, no, she didn't just say that, you know? But it's still going to be embarrassing because we're going to talk about it. And I'm sure because she doesn't know how to be quiet, that if this has happened before that episode comes on, she's not going to hold back. And then she's going to own up to the fact like, well, that is an expert and we are supposed to be open and we are supposed to be honest, not thinking about how that's going to affect that man in the long run. I'm sorry. Usually women don't start talking about the sex life and stuff like that until after they break up, and then they want to talk about, and you got a little pee, and the D was whack. You know how it go, right? When they break up with you, all of a sudden you got all the stuff to say about that person, but when you with them, you try to hold it, in. So it's like, girl, what was the purpose of even, saying some of these things? I could just imagine some of the commentary that she's going to give us when we get to that sex and intimacy. It's like she just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And I know that they are placing Alexis in this position for the audience not to like her because it started to become a mutual thing amongst all of us where we're like, she's doing too much. Because we really need to see how Justin responds to these things. Like, what is he saying about this? How is he handling this? What does he really feel? He's probably sitting at home crying in a car outside the house. Like, why would she say that about me on TV? Crying. Because y'all know he crying. Don't sit up here and act like y'all don't think he crying, okay? They both irritate the crap out of me this episode. This episode that just went off yesterday, Wednesday, took me all the way out. Like, they really bother me so much. I cannot wait for our review tomorrow so I can really dig into Alexis and how she gaslit him, and so I could really dig into him and how he just needs to I can't. They both equally annoy me, but she's a little higher. She's a little higher because she takes no responsibility for anything that she does. It's just like how she was in there when they was at that table, okay? When she Alexis does ish that she knows she's doing. She sat there and she said, I have nothing to say. I'm just going to listen to y'all. Who, Alexis? Alexis who has everything to say? Alexis who can't be quiet? Alexis who tells everybody's business to everybody? You don't got nothing to say? That's being passive. That's intentionally saying that you don't have nothing to say as if I have something to say. But because my mama told me, if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. I ain't going to say nothing. Because that's what that was. That's exactly what that was. That's why he was asking you, like, look, if Kristen just sat here and cursed out Mitch and told him all this stuff, you might as well say what you got to say then, sis, because I thought we was doing good, but apparently we wasn't. So it made perfect sense. It doesn't make her look good at all. She's quick to point out how hurt she is, yet continues to belittle him. Right, sitting there at the table crying, I'm just so hurt. Alexis, what are you hurt from? What are you hurt from? You literally sat there and started crying about you being hurt, and we don't know what you hurt from. Between we not knowing what the heck been said about Morgan, and between you being hurt and we don't know why, is really starting to get on my nerve. Because, girl, you sat there, you gaslit him, then you turned around and played a victim, because that's what she does. She wants everybody to believe that Justin is such this bad person, when in all actuality, outside of him, not telling her about that dog, he is doing nothing but bending over backwards for her, taking all the responsibility for their failure of a marriage as if she didn't play any part in it. Like she's this perfect person. That I don't understand. So then you get up here and you want to talk about your sex life to the world? And I bet you that's not your fault either if he's crying in the car right now, right? It's not your fault. He shouldn't be so sensitive. He shouldn't be so emotional. You're not his mother, right? Girl, go take a seat. Go take like 15 seats. Because she doing way too much for me. Maybe she's hurt because her Fashion Nova order didn't ship. That's why she was fumbling with them silly gloves. She's fumbling with them gloves because she really wanted to come up. She was trying to get the tears up, okay? It's like, okay, think hard. How am I going to get these tears up? She was focusing on how to get them tears out so she could sit there and cry. Now you so sensitive, you so emotional. Girl, bye. She said he dropped the F-bombs. He cursed at her. She looked like she cursed at him too. She looked like they looked like they cursed at each other. So I don't want to hear that, he cursed at me BS. Justin and Ben are both people pleasers. They won't be able to tolerate their partners for long. Morgan and Alexis can keep it up, but the guys are going to blow one day. Oh yeah, they're going to flip out. I just don't get her at all. None of us do. None of us. It's not just you, Mercy. It's all of us. None of us understands her. Because what she's doing is she's playing in our face as if we can't see what's happening. Because, baby, by no means are you the victim in this situation. And Justin's not a victim either. So we're not going to sit here and make him a victim. But what he did do was gaslight the F out of her. Oh, thank you, girl, for the super sick. But what he definitely did was gaslight the F out of her. I mean, what she did. Being very passive about it. She's been proposed to 3 times. She's dropped a few F-bombs. See, this is the thing, right? So let's get into these 3 proposals real quick because we ain't got all night, okay? How old is Alexis? Is Alexis like 30? She's early 30s, right? And she's been proposed to 3 times. And each time she said no. And she ran from those relationships. I'm really starting to think that she's the problem. Remember before I was saying that 29? She's 29 and been proposed to 3 times? That seemed off-putting. Y'all don't think so? How many 29-year-olds y'all know been proposed to 3 times by 3 different people? Bang. Because she does the same thing she did with Justin. She sits there and she tells them, she acts like she's so closed off. And then when she finally gives in, they be like, oh my God, she actually loves me. She actually cares about me, this, that, and the other. And then they go into this whole thing to say that they want to marry her. And then she runs away. It's kind of like how she made Justin believe that she loved him when she really don't love him. She just loves him, but not in love with him. I have love for him, but not in love with him. Like, girl, bye. That's what I'm thinking. I'm really starting to think that she she's the problem. Well, we've been knew she's the problem, but it's really starting to come full circle now. As to like, at first I was like, maybe she's one of those girls who don't settle for less. Maybe they did something to her. And she was like, no, I'm not sticking around for that. But now I can see it for what it really is. It's really giving that energy as if she sells. She's the man, y'all. She is the man. She's the girl who sells you the hopes and dreams, make you feel like you in a fantasy, make you feel like everything is perfect, and then turn around and be like and dip on you and ghost you. She's the man. Y'all know how men to tell you anything to make you fall in love with them and bend over backwards and do everything, and then next thing you done, you be stuck sitting there looking stupid. Oh my God. That's what she do. That's what she do. I bet you if we pull up any of those exes, they will sit there and they will tell you that this girl was, head over heels and everything was going good and blah, 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 blah. And next thing I know, I said one thing and she was out the door. She's like one of those people where you have to literally tiptoe around her in order for her not to feel some type of way, because as soon as she feels some type of way about anything, now she's done. She's done. You make one mistake with her and she's done. Cliff, men do that. Get out of here. Get out of here. Men do that all the time. Men do that all the time. Yes, they're playing the mind games. Yeah, she's playing a mind game with him. She's an attention seeker. She has to be in the center of all the mess. You know what? I honestly starting to believe it. And then they going to get on that daggone bus. This is the part that got me. Alexis get on a bus and they like, where's Ben and Morgan? Where's Ben and Morgan? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They got some personal stuff that they taking a personal day. Shut up. Tell them how you went and ran your mouth and told their business. How about that? Every time we need Alexis to explain herself, she ain't got nothing to say. But when nobody asks her nothing, she out here just telling all the business. The same way those men did not ask you, the same way Morgan did not ask you to bring her that information, is the same way you didn't have to go into details about y'all trying to have sex. She wanted the wedding, the honeymoon, and now she's over it. I don't even think she wanted the wedding and the honeymoon, to be honest with you, Max, because if you think about it, she had 3 opportunities to have a wedding and a honeymoon. So I don't even think it's for that. I'm starting to believe that she came on this show for clout. I did not want to say it. I really wanted to have faith that she was really looking for love. But I'm really at the point where I think she came up here for clout. She came up here for attention. She came up here to be recognized. I don't know what's the end goal for her, but baby, she has to have one, because that's the only way any of this makes sense at all. That's the only way any of this makes sense at all. Because like, why? Then we have another question. What if she's lying about them trying to have sex, right? What if they actually didn't try? What if she just wanted to say that to make it sound good, so it could seem as if they, like, yeah, I mean, of course we were trying, we're married, to put a little sauce on it to make it sound better, to just say we're celibate. What if she was lying? What if it wasn't no issue? What if it wasn't no problem? What if he just decided that he still wanted to be celibate? What if it just didn't happen and she still was out here giving out details so it'd make it seem like they was just, like they did at least try to have sex, or she did at least want to have sex with him, knowing that she didn't want to have sex with him? Because at this point, I don't believe nothing she said. Where is Lorenzo? I haven't seen Lorenzo in like 2 seasons. I do too. Justin is going to need therapy after this, right? I think once Alexis figured it out, it will be the same guy from the dating app that she said no to. She was already turned off. So you think that this was immediate? This was immediate reaction, and she just went with the flow for a little bit of time, but she went with it so well. So it really makes me feel like she's been playing in a lot of guys' faces for a long time. She wanted the leverage to the platform for exposure. But what does she do that will make her want to, to get more exposure? That's the only thing that I'm struggling with right now, because like I could see if she wanted, like, if she was an aspiring actress, I could see if she wanted to like build a social media following. I could see, it's like so many things that I could think about that would be like, okay, this makes sense. Like, y'all, if I go on a reality TV show, y'all know that I'm doing this because like I'm trying to build my brand. I want to be more recognizable. I want to That makes sense, right? It's about, oh, forgot about the money. Never mind. It's not about exposure. It's not about none of that. It's about the money. But doesn't she make good money? I mean, you can never have too much money. But doesn't she make good money? Maybe Alexis wants to be an influencer. You think so? He probably stressed out. That's why the sex didn't manifest, as she says. Right. Hey, Monique. Hey, Taronda. I never believed the two proposal story. How many got on one knee and had a ring, sis? That's what I'm saying. It's given like something about that story is not right. Is you want to know why? And I don't want this to sound bad, because my husband proposed to me when I was 22. 22. Even though we didn't get married then, he did propose to me at that time. But let's just speak in general. There's always an exception to the rule. But how many men do you know propose to women in their early 20s? Not even just men, but then think about how I'm assuming she dated black men. Then how many black men propose to men and propose to women in their early 20s? Now I can see late 20s, early 30s, 40s. Now we getting into the numbers where it makes sense. But you mean to tell me you found 3 men in your early 20s that wanted to marry you, and you turned every last one of them down? A bunch of women been proposed to with no marriages. So she probably telling the truth. But she called off the relationships too. Not just the but not 3 in a lifespan. Okay, let's think about dating, right? So let's just say she started dating at 20. She's 29 now, right? So that means from 20 to 28. She in 8 years, she got proposed to 3 times. Nah, see, now I'm thinking about it. It sound good, right? It sound good. But think about it, y'all. In 8 years of dating, in 8 years of dating, you've been proposed to 3 times? So how long was you dating these people? For like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. That's 6 years. 2, 4, 6. That's 6 years. 2 years unaccounted for. Maybe 2 years and a half with this one. Like, nah, I ain't buying it. I ain't even buying it. How many relationships she's been in? See, something ain't right. It's the booty. It make the men propose. Not one of the proposals, maybe from a pregnancy scare. Oh my God. Not if she had to be getting pregnant. Tawanda, she do got a fat. Get out of here, Cliff. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna. At first, when I heard it, I didn't think twice about it. But now that we're sitting here talking about it, and I see how she moves, it's just giving suspect. It's giving real suspicious right now. Yeah. So now everybody think y'all all think it's a lie. It got we put the math, and the math ain't mathing. It ain't adding up. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. It's giving maybe 6 or 7. Okay. She said she was just out of high school. So with one, she was 18, 19. That's still what? Add another year, 10 years. Don't nobody get proposed to 3 times in 10 years. Like, baby, what you got between your legs, sis? Or what kind of magic glitter sparkle stuff you got down there? Did Beyonce hand it to you herself? Like, what's happening? Like, what she got down there? Where's the glitter at? There's a lot of women out here that would like this glitter that you got to be sprinkling out here to get proposed to 3 times in 10 years. Maybe one dude proposed to her 3 times. Mm-mm. Did she ever specify? So I don't know. I don't know. Did she ever specify? I don't know. They say men know within 6 months. Well, listen, obviously it's true. And these men in their 20s knew it immediately. Half of men don't even want to get married in their 20s because they still figuring themselves out and they still trying to get a financial plan. Y'all know that's the thing with the men, right? Oh, I don't want to settle down to where I need to be financially. I don't want to settle down to, this is why these women be with these men for 15, 20, 25 years and he still ain't marry her because he still ain't where he's supposed to be at yet. And then turn around and once they break up, go marry somebody in 2 months. But y'all know how it go. Well, that dude was really trying if he did that. If he tried to propose 3 times, that's just an excuse to get free sex. Wait, proposing to somebody? Wait, what? I know that's right, Taronda. You better ask Alexis where's the glitter. Ask her where the glitter at, because she got it. She got it. She uses the dark art. Oh, that's what it is, child. I told y'all better go ask her for the glitter. Yeah, look, let me go find her Instagram. But like, girl, the girls want to know. Can y'all like the video? Please like the video and don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Yes, my birthday is coming up. Thank you so much. Y'all will be 33. I can't believe it. Oh, 33. Y'all, I'm getting old. My knees is starting to crack. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. It's Sunday. Sunday is my birthday year. You said your husband's cracking up. Chat. Look. He know about the glitter. That's why. Never mind. That's how you got your proposal. But I'm just sitting here trying to figure out something about Alexis ain't sounding right. We're the men in their 20s. We're the men in their 20s. So you think she was dating an older man, Alexa? Alyssa, you riding for Alexis? You think this is real? Let me know. Because something telling me something is off. Now, maybe she got one proposal. I don't see 3. Especially not with the way she act. Especially with the fact that ain't nothing never her fault. Because ain't no man dealing with that. Ain't no man dealing with that at all. I can see Alexis dating older men. She needs older guys. Is Justin older than her? Maybe Alexis was seeking an arrangement. Oh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what it is about Alexis, but what I do know is that she needs to stop telling her business. Not even her business. Y'all know something? She don't even tell her business. She tells everybody else's business. That's part of the problem. Because every time she's in something, it's never something of her own. It's always somebody else. Like, it's always somebody else's business. Like, that whole thing that she did with Morgan and Ben really had me upset. And if y'all did not watch my video, go ahead and watch the video of the one that I made of Morgan and Ben, because there's no way. I think that when, when Morgan brought up the fact that Ben thought she thought that his family was better than hers or something like that. I feel like that was the old incident from the first time they had the falling out, and that they was upset and everything like that. And next thing you know, she was Alexis went back and told her after everything was resolved and they were supposed to be moving on. And then once everything went to move on, here go Alexis. Ben said that his family and it's like, girl, be quiet, because they already talked about that. He already apologized for projecting. The timeline don't add up to me. That's why I feel like Morgan's mad at some old ish. I really feel like whatever Alexis went back and told her is something that they already talked about, and she didn't know it because Morgan done made an unrealistic commitment to not talking to the couples about their relationship. Which reminds me that Alexis was on the after party talking about how they could talk, but they don't want to talk about their relationships with each other, but they want to talk about their relationships with their friends and family. Like anybody outside of the math circle is cool, but anyone inside the math circle isn't cool. And I'm like, what kind of sense does that make when y'all literally all going through the same process together? If y'all need to be talking to anybody, it needs to be amongst yourselves so that y'all can understand what is really happening, because this isn't a quick, easy process. Chloe, you should have dropped your P.O. box so we could send you gifts, but I got you when I get paid. What's your cash app? Okay, so my cash app is I don't know what's my cash app, y'all. Let me see. I got it on the banner. It's Chloe Milan one. So yeah, that's my cash app. But yeah, I don't even have a PO box. I'm gonna have to get one. Y'all, I didn't even think I would be really on YouTube and doing stuff like this to even get a, what's the name? So I can't wait to. Oh, look at Queen E DM me right now. Like when we doing our maths and ready to love live. Now we're gonna do it on Sunday because I gotta do my review for both of them tomorrow. I can't wait to see the reunion. I hope they call Morgan and Alexis out when they BS. I hope so too. I feel like they're gonna bring it to task. I feel like if you notice lately on the reunions, they've been getting a little bit more in depth with like certain stuff that's been happening. So I can see it because I guess Kevin got tired of people talking about him. Why would Mavs put these couples together if they didn't want the couples to serve as resources with each other, especially if the experts were going to be MIA? That's what I said. That's why I say that it was unrealistic for her to even go out and say to tell Ben. Like, let's just be honest about it. Like, if me and you are on a show, right? Me and you, we on a show, and we like we don't talk about the show to don't talk about what's happening. Okay, Big Brother. That's like all of us being in the house on Big Brother, and we can't talk about being in the house on Big Brother with the people in the house with us on Big Brother. Right? It's like, oh no, you can only talk about it with people outside the house. Like that don't make no sense. I would rather talk about my problems with people who are facing the same problems with me, because 9 times out of 10, all of us are facing problems, right? So who else will understand who else will understand that this is just a trial run, things that we got to work out. We're still getting to know each other. Because if you think about how your family and your friends are going to view it, they're going to view it like this is they see this as a trial. Like, girl, you better divorce. People in the process are going to see it like, well, maybe you guys should try to work it out and figure it out so that you can stay married, because we're going through the process and everything's not going to be perfect and we can figure it out. Y'all didn't get a chance to date. So they don't see it the same. Our friends and family would never be able to understand what the married at first sight process is really like. Only people who would do that is the people in the process. So for her to go out and say, I don't want you to talk about our relationship with anyone in the process, sounds stupid. And the fact that they all think like that sounds stupid when they literally just came out of a session, a counseling session as a group. Y'all, they was in a group counseling session, for God's sakes. And you don't want him to say nothing? Then she goes back and say, oh, I don't even want him to say nothing when all the guys is talking in a circle. She wants him to say, out of respect for my wife, we decided not to talk about it. Like, girl, nobody's doing that. If you ain't learned nothing about them producers, they're going to sit there and they're going to make you say something, act some type of way. They're going to ask a question and get something out of you because that's their job. No one is going to go up there and be like, I don't have nothing to say out of respect for my wife. Out of respect for my wife, I promise that I will not talk about this relationship, even though it's filmed for TV. Even though it's filmed for TV. Soon as she would have dropped them daggone flowers, I'd have like, oh, she good. You good, sis, you good. We don't want Ben. He's too immature. Leave Ben alone, okay? Until Ben give me a reason to drag him, I'm not gonna drag him. I'm just gonna let him ride out because Morgan took the cake for that. So he get a pass this week because he ain't do nothing really. Why go on a reality show if you want privacy? Ooh, that's a good question. Where they do that at? Make that make sense. Go on a reality TV show and be like, I want privacy. Don't talk about my relationship. Don't talk about my relationship or the relationship show. Don't talk about my marriage, even though we are married at first sight. Okay, make that make sense. These people is crazy. Y'all, please make sure you like this video and please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you are not subscribed to the channel. Tomorrow, we will be doing our Married at First Sight review of the episode and we will be doing our Ready to Love review for the episode. And then Sunday, me and Queen E will do our Ready to Love Married at First Sight wrap up. Okay. And then probably on Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to have a Married at First Sight, Ready to Love sound off for y'all to come up here and say what y'all got to say. And only if I feel moved to review Love and Marriage Huntsville, I will review that on Sunday. But that's a big and or if or maybe. I ain't going to commit just yet. I got to watch it to see how I feel about it. And then I'll let y'all know if we're going to do this Love and Marriage Huntsville situation. Because I don't got time for the crazies in my chat. Because we calm and cool and collected over here. I don't want to invite the crazies. Okay? I don't want to invite them. Ben needs to dump her next week. She's about to be difficult next week. Absolutely. That's why I said when she said to him, "You're gonna show up for me and you're gonna, see the hurt that you caused." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, girl, no. If you done, be done. We're not about to play these games back and forth. You're not about to sit up here and try to make me feel bad. I'm not about to walk on eggshells for you. No, no. If we're not working on this marriage, then there's no reason for us to continue. Point blank, period. I'll go stay at my apartment or you go stay at your apartment. I see you at the counseling session with Dr. Pepper. Maybe she could get this thing together. But if not, I don't want nothing to do with you. Because you're not about to sit here and make me feel bad about something that obviously she wouldn't even let him talk. Y'all, I can't wait for the review because she wouldn't even let him get his words out. She wouldn't even, he literally was trying to talk to her. She was like, stop lying to me. I'm not going to tell you tell the truth. Tell the truth about what? He said he was talking to Justin. So what is he lying about, girl? That don't even make no sense. That don't even make no sense. It don't make sense. The way Morgan was smiling while saying alluded to what she had planned for Ben was crazy. Yeah. She literally, yeah. He convinced to a friend he knew before the show that doesn't interact with her. I still think that's stupid because Morgan doesn't want her stuff to get out. Yeah, because she's a liar. She's a liar. The same way she came on that daggone, the same way she interviewed with the experts and she told them that she was a nurse and and she had her degree and all this other stuff, and she come to find out she's still in class and she not fully in the fully whatever she's supposed to be, all that good stuff, because nobody really is clear or unclear on what she is. Okay, they said she's a nurse and that's cool, but I'm still trying to figure out what are we lying about then? Because she went in there, she lied on that application. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. She didn't lie about being a doctor or what a nurse or whatever the case may be, but she lied about something that had to do with her career field because she is still in school for it. And if it wasn't a big deal, she wouldn't have lied about it. She wouldn't have went to Ben and told Ben not to tell nobody. It's a secret. It's a secret. It's a secret. Be all mad that he broke her trust. Well, girl, you started it by lying. You are a liar. And then you still in love with your ex-boyfriend. I'm not defending Jess, but maybe it's a rule that all phone calls need to be on speakerphone. What do you think about that? Now, that could be true. That definitely could be true. All phone calls might need to be on speaker. That could be true. And if that's true, that's even more reason why Alexis needs to shut up. Because the fact that this is okay. So here's the thing. If if Justin and Alexis was having pillow talk, and Justin just told Alexis what Ben said, and Alexis didn't like it, and she went back and told Morgan, and then it was like, okay, well, I didn't like that stuff, so I had to tell her. That's one thing, right? But there's another thing to be eavesdropping on somebody else's conversation and taking that information back to someone. Like the conversation was never even had with you. I never even discussed this with you. This wasn't even something that we was discussing. Like I didn't confide in you this information for you to go back and tell someone. So now it's like you're being sneaky. That's a whole different level to it. It's one thing to have a conversation with somebody and then they be like, you know, I'm going to tell them, right? Because I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable with that. So I'm going to say something and then deal with however they feel about it, right? But it's another thing to go back on somebody else's conversation and tells the business that had nothing to do with you, wasn't translated to you, and wasn't given to you. Alexis tried to make the nature of the conversation between Justin and Ben to be more important so she could justify why she went back and told Morgan. That's what I think. Justin gives me spit in front of Alexis and have a speaker sit in front of Alexis and have a speakerphone conversation tease. Right? She mad because she tried to give him the cookie and he said no thanks, not no thanks. He probably said that Morgan was masculine, child. He probably said he was scared that she gonna beat him up and kick out his teeth. Alexis like drama. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's just lying unnecessarily. Right. Sure did lie unnecessarily, like just making up stuff at this point. So in this instance, they should have never been together, point blank, period. They should have never been. It's not going to work. She's still in love with her ex, y'all. She's still in love with that man. I don't know why they broke up. They said that he dumped her. Somebody said that in the comments that he dumped her. So if he dumped her, she's still in love with him. Because that just shows right there the way she was like, I remember one night he was so drunk and he was like, I'll beat everybody up for you. I'll beat everybody up for you. You know, just beat everybody up. And she loved it. She loved it. I was like, Ben, don't you walk up on that girl. She walked up. The way she walked up on him, she was so mad. She was in there like, hit hard, hit hard, hit hard. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I'm gonna have a lot to say to him tomorrow. Hit hard, hit hard. Like, girl, you look stupid. Shut up. Wrapping up her little hands. Gonna hit her. Being so dramatic. She's so dramatic. She gonna walk out there like this. Drop the flowers down. I know what you said to Alexis. I know what you said to Alexis. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I told you. I told you. Like, girl, you would have thought that he really, like, the way she was acting, how dramatic she was, how intense she made this. Y'all, you could not tell me that he did not cheat on her and get a girl pregnant. You could not tell me that that's not what happened, because you really would have thought that he went and got somebody pregnant and cheated on her and the whole nine. The way she was so dramatic about it, like, oh, I can't wait, I'm gonna knock him out. She walk up and drop the flowers. I know, no, I know what you said. Like, she just like you could not tell me that he did not do something that was so extreme. The way she was acting. The way she was acting had to be extreme. Cause like, girl, you was upset. You this upset over a phone call. But this the part that gets me, y'all, right? Alexis on the after party was like, I ain't want to say, and I'm not going to say what was said because out of respect for our friendship. So out of respect for your friendship, you're not going to repeat stuff. But you could talk about your husband not being able to perform in the bedroom. Now, make that make sense, Alexis. Throw her away, y'all. Throw her all the way away. Put the key in the door, lock it, and just be done. Cause I don't know. Like she's loyal to Morgan. Obviously, it's the only person she's loyal to, Morgan, because she don't care about Justin at all and his appearance. Alexis shows she can't get a man to propose, but won't expect it. Oh, she showed that she can get a man to propose. But that's the thing. We questioning that right now, Marquise, because we trying to figure out if it's true or not. Because we was like, how she been mad? How she been proposed 3 times in 10 years? Because if she started dating at about 18, 19, and she's 29, and she got 3 proposals, meaning she got 3 rings, it sounded unrealistic. Like, unless she ran into a bunch of men like Justin ready to lock it down right away. Miss Misha called Alexis the Pink Panther. Not the Pink Panther in that in that jumpsuit. It was definitely giving Pink Panther vibes. Her body looked good in it though. I ain't gonna hold you. Her body looked good in that whole bodysuit. It definitely did. Okay. But I don't know, y'all. That's all I got. Because we got to come back tomorrow for the review because I got to actually take some notes so I could have a clearer mind on what happened with all these people. And we're going to really get into like the whole scenes and everything like that or whatever. And then we'll be back for Ready to Love. I might do Married at First Sight first. Y'all know I gotta take my father to the airport at 5 a.m. Why did I agree to that? Like, who told me to say okay? Y'all, I regret it so much right now, but I'm gonna do it because I feel like if I wanted somebody to take me to the airport at 5 a.m, I would like it. I would want them to take me, even if they didn't want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag myself out there and go. And then I got a half day of work, so I gotta work from whenever I get there to 12 o'clock, and then y'all see me on YouTube active around 2 o'clock. Okay. Don't forget to maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. Not the Pink Panther, yeah, definitely more like the cat suit. I mean, y'all, I liked it, and I think she looked nice in it. I mean, I could have did without those gloves though, but I was here for the whole body yada 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 of the situation. But I seen y'all was dragging her or whatnot, but she did look a hot mess on the after party. Y'all saw what she had on? Nah, I ain't like that. I ain't like that at all. I wonder if Alexis X is on Reddit like Justice. Justin's X is on Reddit. Alyssa, can you DM me please on Instagram and tell me so I can see the good stuff and bring it back to y'all? I don't know. It was too much, but Stasia looked nice. Stasia looked beautiful. Y'all saw her Chanel earrings. Y'all know them Chanel earrings run for around like $1,500. Whew. Baby girl got money. I don't own nothing that costs $1,500. Nothing. I can't even think of nothing that I will buy for $1,500. And it definitely won't be no Chanel earrings if I did. I mean, if I had it, yeah, I would. But y'all notice I don't even wear a lot of earrings and stuff like that. So who knows? Okay. Occasionally the pinky was not right for the occasion. Maybe for she was going out to the bachelorette party or to the club. She looked like a Pepto Bismol bottle. That's what I was thinking. Sasia was rocking. Yeah, she looked beautiful in that white. Okay. She's definitely looked beautiful. Her and her husband getting the tattoos or whatnot. Look just foolish. And we're going to get into it. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow because, like I said, I gotta take my father to the airport at 5 o'clock, and then I gotta go to work. So I need to get some type of rest because I know when I come back, I probably won't be able to go back to sleep. She did look a mess on the after party. Make sure y'all are subscribed, please. Please make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel. Make sure y'all like this video. Make sure y'all subscribed. Make sure y'all like this video. And do me a favor, come back once I end a live and type in the comment box. Leave me some yellow hearts or tell me, hey, hi, stopping by, all that good stuff to, interact with the video after it's posted. So this way it still brings traffic to the channel. But anyway, y'all, I'm up out of here. I'm going to get in the shower, get my life together. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Peace.